So perhaps you're a beginner, and of course, we all start somewhere. You're thinking to yourself, what fragrances should I be adding to my collection right now? Well, I'm going to be going over the 10 fragrances that I think every beginner should begin to add to his collection or her. I mean, it's all a matter of personal preference, of course. I'm excited to share this list with you very soon, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I tell you about these 10 fragrances that I think as a beginner you should be adding to your collection, I'm keeping in mind, of course, season, occasion, variety, scent profile, all that good stuff. But before I begin the video, I do want to mention that if you are a fan of fragrance related content, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up. It would really mean a lot to me. Look, there's an event coming up in Manhattan. If you want to fly out or if you live in the area, I know there are people who in the past have decided to fly out to this. It's the biggest perfume convention in the United States. It's called Scent Explore, and it's taking place December 1st and 2nd in Manhattan. All of the information is going to be down below. I'm actually launching a brand new fragrance with Navitus Parfum, and it is in collaboration with Scent Explorer, of course. It's a very well-known master perfumer who has worked on this fragrance, and it's a fantastic fragrance for the colder weather. Can't say too much about it, but it is going to be a limited edition release. Only 500 bottles have ever been made in the world, and there's going to be a plaque on it, and it's going to tell you what number you have. If you want to be among the first to discover that fragrance when it does drop, which is going to be very, very soon, all you have to do is subscribe to both of the newsletters down below, the Scent Explorer newsletter and the Navitus Parfum newsletter, so you can be among the first to learn about this brand new fragrance. It's a fantastic cold weather fragrance, and I just can't wait for people to discover it very, very soon. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the list. The first fragrance I want to talk about is none other than Nautica Voyage. Now, here's the thing. This one, you walk into a department store, not a department store as a matter of fact, but like a TJ Maxx or a Winners or a Marshalls or a Ross or something like that, and you're likely to see this fragrance. This is selling for, what, 20 bucks, maybe less. I remember paying 15 at one point. It's a clean, soapy, oceanic fragrance that smells like dryer sheets sometimes. A master perfumer worked on this, Maurice Roussel, and it's highly, highly, highly inexpensive. So if you just want something very versatile, you're running errands, or maybe you're lounging around the house, you just want to smell clean, you want to smell well-groomed, you almost want to give yourself that fresh out of the shower vibe, Nautica Voyage will do that for you. The next fragrance is an obvious dupe, and of course this is inspired by Baccarat Rouge 540. This is called Barakat Rouge by Fragrance World. So I remember seeing a few videos cropping up online, and I said, I wonder what this is all about, if it actually smells like the original. And the presentation for it is quite nice, actually. I think I bought this on Amazon for like 40 bucks or something. It was highly inexpensive, but if you're looking for niche quality at an affordable price tag and you like that sweet sort of a DNA, I think this is a great one to add to your collection. So this is Barakat Rouge by Fragrance World. Again, all of the information is going to be down below, all of the relevant links if you're interested in checking these out. This has more of a sweet vibe, so like a cotton candy, night out, party scenario type of a vibe. So if you're looking for something like that, definitely check this out. I also recommend checking out the Dua brand. So this brand has a lot of fragrances that kind of start at the $33 mark, and you can work your way up from there. They also have a thing called the Dua Solo, which is like a 10 ml travel atomizer, and that's more inexpensive. So if you're interested in discovering inexpensive alternatives to really expensive designer or niche fragrances, in addition to a lot of original creations, I would check out this brand. The one that I have here is A Cozy Tale of Winter, which is an original creation. It has pine, it has fir balsam, cardamom, lavender. It just reminds me of the winter time, and it's one of my favorite times of the year, if I'm being honest with you. I don't enjoy the cold weather all that much, but I do like just being at home, cozying up with family, you know, maybe sitting in front of the fireplace with a cup of black coffee or something. A Cozy Tale of Winter is amazing, as long as they still have them in stock, of course. Of course, I would also recommend a very popular designer brand. This is Christian Dior. And of course, you have the original, the Eau de Toilette, the Eau de Parfum, the Parfum, and then you have the elixir variant, I would recommend the Parfum as a beginner. So here's the thing, the eau de toilette, a lot of people wear it. As a beginner, people are gonna say it's quote unquote played out. And of course, everybody knows what the eau de toilette smells like. If you want something with better longevity, a little more oomph, something a little more sensual and grown up, especially if you find yourself in an older age bracket or an older demographic, I would recommend the Parfum version. A little more vanilla, a little more ambery, and I personally love it. It still carries that freshness with it, so you're not going to compromise on that. Now, if you're looking for something with quote-unquote niche quality, I would recommend Tom Ford's Ombre Leather. Of course, as a beginner, you don't want to spend tons of money, and this is already expensive. The first three that I spoke about are rather inexpensive, but even as a beginner, you know, you might want to spend not a sizable amount of money, but a decent amount of money to get something with good quality, and which is why I'm recommending two of the biggest designer brands, Christian Dior, Tom Ford, of course. And this one is a leather fragrance that is dry, it's mysterious, it's sophisticated, and of course, I'm not suggesting that you add 10 fragrances to your collection all at once. These are fragrances to more or less give you an idea of what you might be interested in adding to your collection. We also have Ultramall by Jean Paul Gaultier. Again, this is predominantly going to be a designer list, just because these are affordable options. And of course, with all of these, look around online. I'm not going to tell you a specific website. It could be Fragrance X, it could be Max Aroma, it could be Joma Shop, it could be Amazon even at times, right? Just make sure that the seller is credible. Ultramall Pear Vanilla, it's a great night out clubbing type of a fragrance, especially if you live in a colder climate. I think this one is going to do remarkably well. I personally love wearing it. We also have Club de Nuit Milestone by Armaf. So this is Armaf's clone of Millésime Imperial by Creed. This is a great hot weather fragrance. And of course, the price of this does fluctuate. Armaf has been gaining popularity a lot as of late, but if you can find a way to add this to your collection for an affordable price, I would highly recommend it. Milestone is a great, bright, fresh, citrusy ambergris / ambroxan type of a fragrance, perfect for the hotter weather, and I truly enjoy wearing it. So here's the thing, you might wish to add a niche fragrance to your collection, right? You want to do something reputable, you want a brand that has been around for a while, you want something that's versatile, you want to make sure that, okay, if I'm spending money on this niche fragrance, it's not just going to be this $300 fragrance that's going to sit around for special occasions only. You want to be able to wear it, and the one that I would recommend is by Parfum de Marly, and this is called Percival. Now, of course, you can go to the boutique if you want that authentic boutique experience, 805 Washington Street in Manhattan, or you can look online, right? There are some reputable discounters where you can get Parfum de Marly fragrances for a significant discount. So a lot of people don't have that type of disposable income, and once again, this is a video that is catered towards a beginner crowd, but this is a lavender, bright, fresh, citrusy, versatile fragrance. You can dress it up in a suit, you can wear it casually, you can wear it to the office, you can wear it on a date. It has a huge compliment factor, and the longevity on it is also really, really good. You're going to be looking at around that 8 to 10 hour mark. Projection is wonderful for the first hour and a half of application. It does radiate beyond an arm's length. Percival is amazing. So here's the thing, Mont Blanc Explorer. Right? There's also Legend, which smells similar to Percival. Explorer is kind of their take on Creed's Aventus. Creed is probably the biggest niche brand at the moment, and it does have a rich history. Some of it is fabricated, but it does have a really interesting history. It goes back to several decades, I would say, and I love so many from the brand. Aventus is the most popular niche fragrance on the market, probably, right next to Baccarat Rouge by Maison Francis Kurkdjian, Santal 33 by Le Labo, and then of course you also have oh my god, it was just on my tip of my tongue, Erba Pura by Xerjoff. But this one, pineapple, apple, birch tar, blackcurrant, bergamot, cedarwood, vanilla. This smells wonderful, but it does smell like Creed's Aventus. So if you want the designer version of it, and also you have the luxury of telling people that you're wearing a Mont Blanc fragrance, that might matter to some of you, right? If somebody approaches you and they say, hey, what are you wearing? Some people take pride in being able to say, oh, I'm wearing a Tom Ford, or I'm wearing a Christian Dior, versus saying, oh, I'm wearing a Fragrance World, right? Then people are going to be like, what's that? The fragrance that I put in the #1 spot is for those beginners who really want to splurge, right? If you look online, I purchased my bottle from Max Aroma, right? I purchased this and I got it for a good price. It's 100% authentic, smells fantastic. I might even make it my scent of the day today, but this is a creed. If you want to be able to tell people, look, I am wearing the most, and of course, this is all kind of open to interpretation and people have different opinions on this, but you can tell people, look, I'm wearing the most well-known niche brand currently, and the one that has a really, really, really good reputation with a wide array of fantastic fragrances: Virgin Island Water, Erolfa, Royal Oud, Millésime Imperial, Aventus, now Absolute Aventus. I would say if you're looking for versatility, if you're looking for compliments, if you're looking for timelessness, go with Green Irish Tweed. Of course, you can always do L'Aventure Night by Al Haramain. You can do any number of clones on the market, and Green Irish Tweed, of course, is kind of the niche version of Davidoff's Cool Water or Aspen by Coty. And there are a lot of designer fragrances that kind of mimic that DNA. Of course, this came out in 1985. Cool Water came out in 88. Aspen came out in what, 89, 90 or something like that. So this came out before the others. Composed by Pierre Bourdon, who is an amazing perfumer. Green Irish Tweed, Florentine Iris, Lemon Verbena. It smells so bright and vibrant and professional. And of course, it's gonna set you back a few $100s. But as a beginner, if you're like, you know what, forget the rest, I just want the craziest upgrade, I just want something really, really good, I'm willing to put all of my eggs in one basket, Green Irish Tweed. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. What would be your recommendations for beginner fragrances? And of course, I tried to provide you with my rationale as best as I could. We have a lot of variety here. We have some for cold weather, hot weather, dressed up, dressed down, different price points, different accessibility points. Some of them can be purchased at a TJ Maxx. Some of them you have to go online or you have to walk into like a Neiman Marcus or a Bergdorf or something. But I wanted to give you a little bit of everything. I wanted to make it kind of a complete list. What are your picks? Drop your comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to the newsletter if you want one of the most elusive fragrances that are ever going to hit the market, which is a collaboration between myself and Max Forti. We both creatively directed this, and it's Navitus Parfum X Scent Explorer. It's going to be awesome. Subscribe to the newsletters. Thanks again for watching. Love you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.